Enchantée.
Hello lovelies, I'm Angela, this is Parisienne Farmgirl. Bienvenue, welcome to the channel. I am back from my trip. It hasn't even been a week, but I'm slightly rested. I got back last week and the next day I started grouting that tile. So it was just right back to the grind as we are trying to finish the kitchen project because it's beautiful outside and my garden really needs me. I didn't shut it down properly last year. It really needs me. There's a ton of damage from that blizzard we have that took out the electricity right before we left. And so much to do, so much to get done. But I have to share with you what I found on this trip. The flea markets were spectacular. I went 4 times to the flea market, 3 times with my guests, once the day before they arrived. And so this video is going to be full of a lot of words like, and then I got this, and then I found this, because it was just a treasure trove, spectacular. It was just fabulous. I'm giddy when I'm there, I'm giddy when I get home and I'm unpacking. So I have to share some of the things with you today and show you a couple things that I've done with them so far. I haven't done too much as far as staging and incorporating items into my house, but that's because I've just been home a few days. So whatever I'm not keeping for myself is going in my shop, and that's really fun for me because I know what it feels like to get a little taste of Paris when you can't go yourself. So stay tuned, check out the shop because there might be something there for you. First things first, let me show you some textiles that I found. They're sitting here on my bed. They're absolutely stunning. Okay, I gotta set down my coffee. Isn't this so cute? Those of you that follow on Instagram, you know how much I love Marin Montague and his store. I took some of my guests in there. It's over on Rue Madame. It's everything you want a little Paris shop to be. But these, okay, this is just too much. I just have these draped on my bed right now because I am not ready to install them anywhere. And I'm assuming they are some sort of a curtain balance. There's a little tiny rod in here. Maybe they went around the canopy of a bed. I have 2. I texted my family back home while I was at the market and I said, can somebody please quick measure the bedroom windows because I need to know if these are going to work. They are just the size of the window. I'm going to find a way to make them work. Maybe on subsequent trips, I will find a few more similar. Maybe I'll find some more that match these. This booth has stacks of linens, and so you really don't have time to go through all of them, but I found 2 like this. They are the width of the windows. I have 1, 2, 3, good gracious, how many do I have? I have 4 huge windows in this bedroom, so 2 out of 4 so far. And then the opposing wall where I used to, before we started remodeling this bedroom and never finished, I have the big pink velvet drapes that you've seen in photographs and you've seen in other videos. And I got this monster, and I'm looking at the screen and the color is not translating. I can see that. This is beautiful. This is a good 11 feet long. It's just, look at it. It's incredible. And so I am going to very carefully tack this along the beam, and then the pink velvet can drape down beneath. Now, the problem is, and Joel's gonna be so happy with me, is I've had him install a place to put sconces right there. I don't know why I did that, and he's not gonna be thrilled because as you can see, it's all taped and done. But you know, it's been like that for like 9 months, so I'm not gonna feel too bad about it. But he's gonna need to move those. Why I had him put those there when I knew I had the raspberry velvet drapes that have always hung here, I have no idea. So my bad. Those are gonna have to get moved into the next stud. It just is what it is. And then I will tack that piece up there and whoops. And I think that'll make a big difference. So you can see, definitely not finished with the bedroom. I try to never show that, that spot over there, because really doing the kitchen floor was way more important to me. So I'm gonna sit back here on this bed, get a little comfy, which is perfect opportunity for me to tell you about today's sponsor, which of course is my favorite, Birch mattress. Birch mattress is a premier mattress in a box company. They deliver their mattresses right to your door. They will take away your old mattress. They will help you unpack yours if you need it, but you really don't. It's so easy. You just slice open the box, unfurl the mattress, et voila, you are sleeping like a dream. Birch mattresses are Green Guard Gold certified. They're free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing, and they're free from fiberglass, which is absolutely incredible. The materials are organic, sustainably sourced, made with 100% organic wool. Now, the great thing about wool is that it's a natural flame retardant, and it keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I sleep like a dream in my Birch mattress. I know you are going to do the same. If you've ever been to a mattress store and laid down on the mattress and you lay there and you think, does this feel comfortable? That doesn't happen with your Birch. There's no thinking. There's just rest, and it's beautiful and it's fabulous. I love my Birch. I will always have a Birch. I'll never get rid of my Birch. So not only is April a great time to visit Paris with me, it's a great time for spring cleaning. Get rid of your old, dusty, uncomfortable mattress. Say goodbye to backaches and breathing in dangerous chemicals all night. Check the link in this video description for 20% off your Birch mattress and 2 free Eco Rest pillows. And now, if you dare, let's wander around the house. I want to show you what I found. It's still quite a construction zone, but I think you're going to really appreciate the loot. How about we start right here? The lighting's not too great, but I found these beautiful mother of pearl opera glasses. And of course we went to Giverny, which is like my favorite place on earth, and I got a tiny little pink house. I've been looking at this in the gift shop for the last few years and finally brought it home. I've been hesitant because I thought it was glass, and in fact it's plastic. What else do I have sitting here? Oh my gosh, this. Let's see, I'm gonna turn you here. I will be honest, I don't know if this is gonna end up in the shop or if I'm going to keep it for myself. This is 150 years old. This is a curtain balance. You can see it has the tacks. Maybe it was used on a bed. Again, quite long. And it's showing a little pink for you, but it is red and cream. It's so sweet. It is in mint condition. I did pay a bit more for this than I typically would on a linen, but I just thought, I've looked at a lot of things like this on my trips, and the condition of this it's so impressive. It is so impressive. There's no moth damage, there's no mildew. It's just absolutely beautiful. If I can find a place for it, I'm gonna keep it. If I can't, I think somebody else would really, really enjoy this. Something else I found here, I've got it at my desk. Well, first of all, at Marin's store, I found. I did treat myself to a candle. I'm a sucker for the green chairs at the parks. I love them. They're so iconic. Next time I might treat myself to one of his scarves. If you don't have his books and you love Paris, let's see, where are mine? I'm forever telling people to find these books, to buy these books. Let me grab them, I'll show you. I'm always dragging them around the house. This is his one that came out last year. It's excellent. The other one like this is green. Maybe I'll put some Amazon links down in the description. But in my Old World Design Society, my online design forum, we're always referencing these books. They're phenomenal. Okay, I found the cutest little wooden calendar. Again, this might go in the shop. For now, I'm enjoying it on my desk, but it has the months of the year and 2 little squares with numbers on them. Silly, charming. I love anything written in French. a lot of people love anything written in French. I've seen that in the shop, whether it's a plate or a mug or something, but I think this calendar's adorable and I have been enjoying it. Also, a fabulous amount of oil paintings. I've got plenty. So most of these will probably go in the shop. This cutie, I'm gonna grab it and bring it down into the light because I cannot decide on this one in particular. I think it's the orange roof thing. There's the painting I did of the barn and the chickens, and it has an orange roof, and I don't know, something about a stone cottage with an orange roof. So we'll see. I'll do like a chunky oil painting. This one, and then when I visited Paris for the first time, we went out to Fontainebleau, and the birds are so loud. Joel took this picture of me. Okay, I'm gonna go in the other room where it's a little bit quieter, and I'm gonna show you this really beautiful picture and tell you why it's special. All right, it's a little quieter here. The kids are behind me doing school, but I think they'll keep it to a low roar. In future videos, very soon, I'm gonna tell you all about the trip because we had the best time. The vendors were so kind, so generous. It's getting, you know, I've done a handful of trips now, so the rapport is there and it allows me to make sure that everyone just has a very personal experience, getting to meet people and be introduced to people, and I think that's really, really great. So we went to one of my favorite art dealers and I found this painting. It's not old, it's from 1995, but I have stood like right in here and Joel took my picture when I was like 25 years old. So I saw this picture on the floor, this painting on the floor, and I thought, I know that space. And so the dealer came by and he told me, I was right, it's Fontainebleau. He said that his high school girlfriend's father was basically like the manager of the property, and that they used to have parties out here and that he used to fish right here. And so I love when there's an anecdote or some sort of story. So I always ask whoever I'm buying something from, can you tell me a little bit about this piece? Do you know any history about this piece? And I almost always am able to get some sort of little inside story, whether it's about the owner or whether it's about what year or what century the piece is from. So that's really helpful for me. Obviously in listing items for my store, but I also have a house full of treasures with a little story, whether it's a story of how I found them or the significance of the item for me or its history. So I love that. Love a good story. All right, I'm gonna share with you a few things that are going to go in the shop because I love featuring art in the shop. These are 19th century, gorgeous. You know, here we have like that expression we say, oh, the frame's worth more than the oil painting. I don't know, these frames, and I say these because there's a twin. So there's two, see if you can see that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's oil on board. They're so nice, just beautiful. There's two of them. I found a fabulous copper pot, like a jelly pan. I thought this, you know, a lot of times if something's featured in my house, you know, I have a big one like this in the kitchen, I get asked a lot of questions. So I do like to find things that are similar to what we have here. And this one's big. Yes, I do bring lots of extra suitcases. We are looking into a container for one of our future trips if guests want to do things, if guests want to, for example, purchase larger pieces of furniture. I have people in the Design Society that they're like doing a new build and they want to have big French cabinetry. So we are looking at a container. We're also looking at curating some really unique trips for next year. We've done 4 of the same theme and we're looking at adding some other features. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. So stay tuned because I will be revealing that as we go along, and you can click, let's see, which way is it gonna be? you can click the little button up here, or maybe it's up here. I can never remember how it lands. If you'd like to get on a mailing list for like a first dibs sort of notice, because we've had trips sell out really fast in the past. Artist palettes, those are going in the shop. I don't know, this one's pretty cool. Maybe I'll keep it, but that's kind of silly because I make my own all the time. These are old. They're yummy. They're yummy. And a couple of things like this. Enamel. I got the series, what do they call it? I think they're called a series d'épices, like the sucre, farine, sugar, flour, salt, pepper. I got a blue one, and there's already a red one in the shop, so I wanted to have this to match. So a couple things like this, really, I love things for the kitchen. These just give me all the feels. You pop this into your kitchen and it just, great. Okay, I'm looking over at the chaos because the copper sink and all my stuff is still in the pretty room. I'm trying to see what else I can scope out to show you that I can actually get my hands on. I think I have a few more oil paintings I can show you, but really you should see what I'm looking at because it's crazy. There you go. Aren't you glad you're not remodeling your kitchen? Look at that. Ah, it'll all be over soon. I just keep telling myself. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, I stopped halfway through the room. Let me stop my mic from swinging because this has a really fun story. This is a really good story. Like I said, love a good anecdote, love the history behind anything I can get my hands on. I don't want it to be just another thing, whether it's going in my house or someone else's. It's gotta have some depth. It's gotta have some interest. This is very interesting. So this top picture right here, and let me see if I can focus on that. There we go, that one. And this picture right here, right there, I purchased those from one of my favorite art dealers on a previous trip. And the unique thing he was able to share with me, oh my gosh, I forgot about this tag. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that in a little bit more detail. Oh my. Okay, totally distracted. Here's the artist's signature, and it's Charlotte Mousson, Charlotte, and obviously a little bit more rare to have a female artist. I love this painting. This is a town in the Loire Valley, the river. Her style, it really spoke to me, and that's something, and I'll talk about this in an upcoming video, but when I specifically take my guests to some of the art dealers that I really love and trust, and I get to watch them have their own experience with a painting, they always find one or two, or some of them 3 or 4 that really speak to them, and you get to watch them have this moment. I love that. I definitely had a moment with Charlotte's paintings. This one does not say where it is. It looks like Versailles to me. It reads very Versailles to me, but I love it. And so I bought 2 of hers, and that was what he had. And when I saw him in October, he said, be sure you email me before you come again. And so I did a few weeks ago, and I asked him in the email, do you have any more of her paintings by any chance? And he said, no, unfortunately not. So we got done doing, and I'm gonna tell this story again in an upcoming video, but we got done doing a whole run through his store, had a great time. Details will come later. And I went outside where he has sort of outdoor bins, and I was just ticking through the outdoor oil paintings. And I found this one, and it just took my breath away. I loved it, and it looked really familiar to me. and I just kept holding it, and he had come out of the shop by that point, and I just was holding it, and I just kept saying, I love this, and it looks so familiar to me, but I love it. And I flipped it around, and he and I saw it at the same time. It was the same artist. So I found the last one that he didn't even know he had, and I was thrilled, just thrilled. I got home, playing around on the computer as I was recovering from jet lag, and I Googled her. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can find this. And that's what I always tell my guests. If a painting is a little bit more, I always say, the artist is Googleable. You know, a lot of times they'll have the paperwork to go with it and they can show you. I didn't find anything, and I thought, dang, she's gotta be out there somewhere. So I did Charlotte Mousson on artiste on google.fr. And she came right up in a museum north of Marseille, and I found her. I was thrilled. I found her. And it says most of her work are in private collections, and I have 3. And so you know my rule, 3 is a collection. Boom. A few more oil paintings and maybe a couple more treasures in the kitchen, and then I do have to get back to schooling the kids and get out to my garden, and I will totally be sharing more of what we found and just the great time we had on our trip. These ones, the dealer couldn't tell me too much about these except for they're the same artist, this guy and this one. Let's see. Here, let me hold that up for you really good. And this is the church at Bléville. And I have another one by this artist. So I bought 3. And so since he had about 6 of them, but I was out of money. I said, can you tell me something about these? And he didn't know anything about the artist, but he said they were from the private collection of a professor at an art school. So the professor wasn't the artist, but they were in his collection when they cleared the estate. And I'll show you another one by him where I really just love the brushwork. This one's so pretty though, isn't it? Like we're right in spring, and here where I live in Door County, all the trees are just about to do their blossoming thing, and I thought this one was so pretty. So these ones are for the shop. This one's a twofer. This is 19th century and really, really thick paint, which is my jam. You can see how thick it is. So there's one little damage right here, but what do you expect with such thick paint after so much time? And boop, 2 for 1. So pretty. So, so pretty. So with something like this, as far as styling, I would put this on an easel, or just like in my our family room, I have them just propped up on bookcases. But if there's nothing on the other side, I take these oil on board and I just use the 3M tape and stick them right to the wall. Works fabulous. Here I took one off so you can see. I just used the 3M tape, and then that is how I have these ones on my wall. So these are some other ones. I bought that one I did. The top one I did. And there's another one by that artist over here. My tripod keeps hitting everything because this room is so full of homeschool and everything. There we go. I'm gonna grab that and bring it closer to you because that's by the same artist and I think it's fantastic. All right, here's that one up close. So, oh, this does have a signature. The other ones aren't signed, but they are, one isn't signed, but they are clearly the same person. They were all together. This one I think is so pretty. All right, a few more treasures in the kitchen, and then I'm out. I will be back. I will tell you all about the trip. We have fun things in store for the next few weeks. I appreciate you and anything you watched while I've been away, any reruns you watched, because I definitely needed to get my bearings after being gone. This fantastic set right up here. Focus on that for you. Isn't that marvelous? I just zip tied it right to my baker's rack. This is obviously, the vendor told me, from a large home. Here, I'm gonna turn you around so you can actually see it. He said it's from a large home. He said obviously this isn't from a Paris apartment because of its size. That was his opinion. He's one of my favorite dealers. I love this piece. It's really long and brass, and I had to sort of bend the brass to get it in my suitcase, and I was just hoping that during the trip home it wouldn't snap. But it survived. We made it, and I was able to take the whole thing apart, the bar and all the ladles and everything, and sort of curve it in one of my fabric suitcases, so not my big hard plastic one. And it made it. I must have stood there for 30 minutes hemming and hawing. I was, you know, making conversation. I know this guy and buying other things, but darned if I could decide if I wanted to risk buying this fantastic piece. Finally, at the end, he gave me a pretty good deal. I mean, it's obviously old and cool. It is so cool. I just didn't know, am I gonna have room for this in my kitchen? I don't really have the wall space based on what we're going to keep doing in here. And then when I got home, I started grouting, and I looked up at the baker's rack and I thought, oh, you know, I love a good zip tie. So I got my zip ties out of my toolbox. Et voila, it worked perfect. They haven't even taken the price tag off or trimmed the zip tie. A few more things. I found some copper. I found plenty of copper for the shop because, boy, that went over like gangbusters last year when I put copper in the shop. So I'm gonna show you a few pieces I found, and then I think that'll do us. Obviously, you can see, like, I'm still giddy. The whole thing is so much fun. My favorite part is just the chit chat. It's talking to the dealers and the vendors. It's so fun for me. They're so kind. They're fantastic. They're just so personable, and they treated everyone so well. So great. Okay, first piece is just this monster piece of copper. So I do take my scale with me, and I'm glad I did. I weighed this one. It came in at a hot 16 pounds between the lid and the pan, but it's a substantial piece of cookware. It has the lid, it's monogrammed with someone's initials. Amazing, so heavy. Okay, I have not cleaned it yet. The tinning is great, just needs to be cleaned. This piece is like 14.9 pounds. And then the lid. This is a score. It's got a wonderful stamp from the French manufacturer, and then the monogram is here on the side. Where's the monogram? I don't know if the camera's gonna catch it. Oh, nice, take this pan from me. Take this handle. Thank you, sweetheart. Let's see if I can. There it is. There it is. Look at that. The cooking mess. Oh, it's really hard to feed a family with a kitchen under construction. But, oh, and now the cuckoo clock's gonna go off. Look at this guy. Again, I haven't cleaned it yet. Same monogram, all from the same estate, obviously. Same manufacturer stamp. Incredible condition, just incredible. I've never ever seen what I'm assuming is a copper cookie sheet. I've never ever seen one like this. I can't wait to clean it up. I'm gonna use it as a serving tray. I might use it for patisserie. A fantastic, fantastic find. I found this piece. This piece, it's not that old, but excellent condition. Nice and heavy, beautiful. The hammered isn't always my favorite, but it's excellent. And for what I'm gonna show you today, last but not least, some measuring cups. So last season, I found brass measuring cups. I couldn't tell you where they are right now in all this chaos. Maybe you've seen them in a farmhouse tour, like maybe they were in the Christmas tour, but they're like half liter, and then they go all the way down, I don't know, maybe to a dram. I don't know, but they go down and they're brass and they weigh a ton and they're lovely. This time, Anais, you wanna grab me those?
Which one?
Can you grab those? Anais is out of her cast, which is very exciting. She's in an, whoop. Nope, the copper ones, sweets.
Oh, the copper.
She's in an ankle brace. Here, just hand me one, sweetheart. That's fine to start. I'm not done cleaning these up, but same thing. So starts with the big one and goes on down probably to 1/4 of a liter. Come on, I love a good treasure. Can you think of anything else I should share with them as far as what I found? I mean, we've got some sconces that we're rewiring, some sconces that we are rewiring for the shop because you have to take out all the European innards and do them so they can work here in the States. What? But, golly, I feel like there's something else. There is. Oh my goodness. It's not gonna film that well. And my bathroom's dirty because I wasn't here. I found this set for my downstairs bathroom. Oh my goodness, so pretty. There's no way around it. This is just gonna be difficult. But I found this set for the downstairs bathroom. Toothbrush, French porcelain. Let's see if I can, I'll hold each thing up and then I'll zoom in on it on its own. Soap dish. A bigger soap dish. And a doorknob. Everything matches. I can't wait. So this is an old door. You know, I love to take off the perfectly good doors and put on an old door. And I'm gonna put this on the inside and then 2 finger plates. So the door is navy and I will get to put one on the inside. I might put the other one in the kitchen because the kitchen has so much blue and white. But French porcelain, Decor Lamballe, just, you know, vintage, not super old, but so sweet. Enchanté. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing in my excitement about my loot, about my treasures. Be sure to check the shop out if you like French antiques. Every week I'm going to be adding a fresh Paris collection. So I believe today's Friday. Today is Paris collection number 1, dropped today, and it'll probably take me about 7 or 8 weeks to do everything. So probably 7 or 8 collections. You can check the link in this video description for the Birch mattress. Get 20% off, 2 free EcoRest pillows. All the links you need are down there as far as my shop, my website, everything like that. Stay tuned because we will be revealing the 2025 trips very, very soon. October is sold out. Yay! I'm glad to be back and I will see you all again very soon. A bientôt.